Hello students, welcome to my class. So previously we talked about electron transfer protein and how this protein is required in different processes like mitochondrial activity, photosynthesis, and how they are important in transferring electron like one or two electrons, correct. And under that we also studied about one of the electron transfer protein, that is iron sulfur protein. Next, in this video, we will be studying about one more type of electron transfer protein, that are cytochromes. So these cytochromes, they are most widely distributed metalloproteins. They carry out one electron transfer activity in all the living system. And what is the main group here in the structure of cytochrome? It has a heme group. As you studied, there is heme group in hemoglobin and myoglobin. We studied its structure also. Same way here also in cytochrome, the main structural backbone is a heme group. It can have one or more heme prosthetic group. And where does the cytochrome exist? It exists in the cell mitochondria and also in the chloroplast, because these are the two places where this electron transfer reactions take place. In chloroplast, you know that during the photosynthesis light phase reaction, there is electron transport taking place. And in mitochondria also, during the generation of energy, you know that there is electron transport taking place. So in those two places you can find cytochrome. Next, studying about the detailed structure of cytochrome, you need to know to draw the structure. Now you can see the structure is a little similar to hemoglobin because the backbone is same, that is it has a heme group here. So the cytochrome, the active prosthetic group, it contains the heme group, and the pyrrole nitrogens of the porphyrin, they provide a rigid square planar coordination. That is, these are the nitrogens of the pyrrole ring, and this whole thing is called as a porphyrin ring. This we studied when we were studying about hemoglobin structure. So these are called as the pyrrole nitrogens of the porphyrin ring, and because of these 4 nitrogens from all four sides supporting the central metal atom, that is iron, it gets a square planar geometry. What else can you see? Since you can see here there is alternate double and single bond, you can say that there is conjugation here. That is, it exists as there's an extensive pi system, meaning to say there is conjugation here. Like in benzene, we already know that benzene is a highly conjugated system and it can have different resonance structures. Why? Because of the transfer of electron, shifting of electron, because of alternate double bond. So same way here also it has extensive conjugation, and this also may be the reason it is taking part in the electron transfer process, because these pi electrons, they are not localized here, they are delocalized. That is, these pi electrons of the pi bond, they can move throughout this bond because of alternate single and double bond in the entire porphyrin ring. So because of that, there is conjugation that is seen. Here you can see that iron has 4 of its coordinations satisfied by the nitrogens of the pyrrole, and the 5th and 6th sites are vacant. So fifth and sixth coordination may be occupied by some other ligand that is coming from outside, or by a substrate, or a ligand of a protein chain, or it can also be satisfied by a substrate. And overall, if the fifth and sixth coordination is satisfied, this whole protein will get an octahedral geometry. And in general, cytochromes, they are described as electron transfer reagent. That is, they are what is their function? Their main function is electron transfer. Now cytochromes, they can be classified into 3 major groups, that is cytochrome A, cytochrome B and cytochrome C. So how do you differentiate these three is looking at what type of heme group is present. If it has group heme A, then it is comes under the category of cytochrome A. If it has heme B, then it is cytochrome B, and if it has heme C, then it is cytochrome C. So it is depending upon the nature of the porphyrin ring and how do we get its spectral data. So when you're doing NMR spectroscopy, its spectral data will tell which type of cytochrome it is. So you can see here, this is a general representation of the backbone of cytochrome. And if it is heme, you can see three groups here, P, Q and R. So what will be there in this group depends upon what type of cytochrome it is. If it is heme A, P will have this group, and Q will have this group, and R will have this group. Same way in heme B and heme C, they have written what will be there in PQR position. So this is something that remains same in all the three cytochromes. Only difference will be substitution at the PQR positions. Okay. So, if it is cytochrome C, one more important feature of cytochrome C is that it contains fifth and sixth coordination is satisfied by one is a thioether linkage and nitrogen of the histidine. They satisfy the fifth and sixth coordination. Now here you can see this is extensively we are going to study about cytochrome C. You can see that this backbone is the same thing, but here you can see fifth and sixth coordination on iron. One is satisfied by the thioether linkage here. This is a thioether linkage, and one more coordination of the iron is satisfied by nitrogen of the histidine. So that is the difference between the other two cytochrome and cytochrome C. Next is we are particularly studying about cytochrome C. So this is a structure of cytochrome C. You should know to draw the structure of cytochrome C. So it is present in almost all the organisms ranging from plants to human beings. And one of the main function of cytochrome C is to maintain mitochondrial respiratory chain. You know that mitochondrial respiratory chain, that entire process requires transfer of electron, correct? So that is done by cytochrome C. So there are two forms of cytochrome C, that is cytochrome C reductase and cytochrome C oxidase. So it bridges between cytochrome C reductase and cytochrome C oxidase in the respiratory chain. Meaning to say, it can take two forms in the respiratory chain, that is by losing or by gaining electrons. It can become either cytochrome C reductase or cytochrome C oxidase. So because it is helping in electron transfer in the mitochondrial respiratory chain, so where will it be present? Definitely in the mitochondrial region. So it can be separated from intermitochondrial membrane, that's where it is present, and it is readily soluble in water. Other than that, the molecular weight of cytochrome C is around 12.4 kilodaltons, and the active site, you can see this is cytochrome C, and the active site is a heme group, and this heme group, it is covalently bonded to a polypeptide chain or a protein chain. Can you see here? This group, the heme group, is connected to the polypeptide chain or the protein chain, which has 104 amino acid residues in it. And other than that, this iron, the four coordinations are satisfied by the nitrogen of the porphyrin ring, and the fifth and sixth coordination, which we already studied here, is satisfied by one is by the nitrogen of the imidazole of the histidine 18. Okay, a nitrogen of the imidazole ring containing histidine 18 satisfies the fifth coordination, and the sixth coordination is satisfied by the S atom of the methionine 80. So the sulfur atom present in methionine 80 in the axial position satisfies the sixth coordination. And in three-dimensional structure, now this is just like on a paper, but when you see it in three dimension, this protein, that is cytochrome C, looks approximately spherical. Next is we are going to study about another type of cytochrome. Now we already studied about cytochrome A, B and C in particular, and there's one more type of cytochrome, that is cytochrome P450. Okay. What is the main function of cytochrome P450 is it is a monooxygenase enzyme, which means that it oxygenates variety of substrate. So it is mainly required for oxygenation of different substrate. So these are the different reactions that is catalyzed by cytochrome P450, or we can say that these are the different substrate which are oxygenated by cytochrome 450. So what are its functions? This is important. It does the hydroxylation of alkane. So you can see here RH, one alkane is taken and its hydroxylation or addition of oxygen is done by cytochrome P450. You get an alcoholic species here. Next, it does epoxidation of alkenes. So you can see alkenes on epoxidation. What do they give? Um, Epoxides. These are what? Epoxide. We already studied this in organic chemistry, wherein there will be an oxygen that is joined into the cyclic structure. These are called as epoxides. So epoxidation, alkenes on oxygenation give epoxides. Then amines are converted into amine oxide and sulfides are converted into sulfoxide. So these are some of the important applications of cytochrome 450. So what is it required for? It is mainly required for oxygenation of different substrate. And it, other than this, it also plays important role in body detoxification by hydroxylation of drugs, steroids and pesticides. That is, in case you have consumed any kind of drugs, medicines or steroids, that your body needs to get rid of those drugs. Correct, it can't stay in your body. That detoxification process is very important, which is done by cytochrome P450. Okay. And what is the structure of cytochrome P450? It contains only heme B group here in case of cytochrome 450. And then you know that fifth and sixth coordination will remain unsatisfied. So here the fifth coordination on the iron, it is satisfied by thiolate group of the protein, whereas that sixth coordination is left vacant for the substrate to come and attach. Okay, which substrate will come and attach? All these substrate which is supposed to undergo oxidation will go and occupy that sixth coordination site, from where it will get oxidized. Okay, so when the substrate, the fifth coordination is satisfied by thiolate group of protein, and in the resting state, that is when it is not carrying out any oxygenation process, the iron is in press 3 oxidation state, that is in low spin, and that time the sixth coordination will be satisfied by water. Resting state as in it won't be carrying out any function at that time. So that time the iron that is there in the center will have plus 3 oxidation state, and it will be in low spin. And the substrate that the sixth coordination is substituted by water. And when the substrate is attached, the water is lost. That is, in the sixth position, the water which was there in rest state, in the resting state of the protein, it will be lost when a substrate comes and attaches over there. And when this happens, the iron, it attains high spin state and it reduces to plus 2 state. Initially in resting state it will be in plus 3 oxidation state, whereas when it is in working process, then it will have plus 2 oxidation state and water will be lost from the sixth coordination side. One more thing is, why is its name called as cytochrome P450? The reason is that one thing is it has no covalent bond between the protein and the iron atom. The central atom iron and the protein, they do not share any covalent bond. And in the reduced form, when they studied about the absorption spectroscopy, it absorbs a band around 450 nanometer, that is called as a sorbate band, with the O2 atom that is present in it. So that is the reason, because it absorbs around 450 nanometer, it is called as cytochrome 450. Because all other cytochromes that are present, they show absorption around 420 nanometer. Only cytochrome 450 is the one that can absorb wavelength of 450 nanometer. That is also the reason it was named as cytochrome 450. So, students, with this, we have finished about electron transfer protein, different types of electron transfer protein. We studied about two important ones, that is iron sulfur protein and cytochromes. So, I will be ending this video here. Take care. Bye.